Okay, so today the whole video is going to be about what it's like to be a digital nomad and travel. So today you'll get a bit more of an insight into sort of what I do, or sort of how I allocate my time at least. And also towards the end of the video I'm going to be doing a few sort of answering a few questions that some of you may have. So what I've done is I've posted on Instagram and I'll take some questions there and then I'll answer them towards the end of this video. Alright, so first of all then, obviously I've had my cup of tea. You know, you can't work without your cup of tea, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn my laptop on and I'm going to look at my emails and see what there is there and work out what I do next from there. So what I'll do is I'll let you know in this video sort of how I've allocated my time. We are also due to leave this hotel today and go to the next one, so obviously I'll show you that as well. Probably do a little bit of a next room sort of tour like we've done with this hotel as well in the previous video. But yeah, let's see what my day is like. So this is a challenge that, you know, digital nomads can face quite often. So this particular place we're staying in, the last 2 days in the mornings, there hasn't been any internet connection on their Wi-Fi. But obviously this is why it's good to ensure you've got what we have, which is like a roam as you are at home type phone plan with decent data usage, because you can just put a hotspot on and then connect out that way, so that therefore you're not missing any work. It's important to make sure that their fair usage doesn't sort of limit you on how much you can use. But yeah, now I'm going to connect to my hotspot and I'll be able to do some work. So the host lady's just bought us coffee, which is really nice. She gave us plenty of space as well because we've got our own, obviously, oat milk, which is fantastic. She even brought us some McVitie's digestive biscuits. I really like small touches like that when travelling. And I've started doing my emails. There's a few sort of challenges with people's hosting, migrating websites. I'm replying to some emails about certain changes that people want on their websites as well. So I'm going to do that for a little bit longer and then I'm going to look at doing some editing. But I think all in all I probably would do about 2 hours of that this morning, do some video editing, and then obviously when we get there this afternoon I'll check my emails again and do some more then. Okay, so I've done sort of 2 or 3 hours of work this morning. Now we have to leave this apartment to move to the next one. So we're just going to throw our stuff on in a second and order an Uber. I don't know how long the journey is going to be between the two places, but I'll see if we can get a couple of clips. And then obviously I'll show you around when we get there. See you soon. Okay, so what we've done now is we've just been in the Uber, we've been dropped off. I think it's a short walk to get to the actual hotel, but see the video before, it looks stunning already, but I'm going to show you some more on the way there. Okay, so this place is pretty epic. The room is beautiful, there's a nice big TV, there's a sofa, there's a nice bathroom. The cooking facilities are outside, but for most people I suppose it wouldn't really matter. We're here for a bit longer, so we'll have to get accustomed to that. But yeah, this place actually has a kayak and a stand-up paddleboard that if it's around, you can just take out whenever you want. So I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that in the next few days. Yeah, let me show you a look out the window as well. Right, so I'm just going to do a little bit of work and maybe do a little bit of editing from yesterday. And then we're going to head out to see if we can find some lunch. After lunch I'm going to check work again obviously, but then I'm going to probably take a look at the kayak or the stand-up paddleboard, depending on if I can persuade Bevan to come out with me. I might have a little bit of a swim, but yeah, I'll take you with us with that as well. If I do go out in the water I'm going to have to dig out the GoPro, so it might not be quite as good quality, but we'll have a look. And I'm so excited. A day in the life of a digital nomad, eh? Okay, so we're now out looking for a supermarket or just a small shop that has groceries. First one we found is temporarily closed, so we'll just continue until we find one. So see you soon. Okay, so we've been to the shop and we've got quite a lot of veg and a few snacks. We're just about to head back and we saw the actual owner of the hotel we're staying in and he gave us a lift back. So that saved us another 20-minute or so walk back, so perfect. I'm gonna get back to some work in a minute after we've had some lunch, and then hopefully I'm gonna get out on the water, or in the water at least. Okay, so we've got some crisps. We stocked the fridge with a few bits, including some orange juice, some more iced tea, some olives. There's some tomatoes and peppers, and aubergine, lemons, onions, some more oat milk. And we've got cauliflower, bag of lettuce, and a round lettuce or another type of lettuce, whatever it is. I've got a couple of beers if I feel like one at some point. And we got some coffee, and then we got muesli, some type of vegetable-y and some sauce that we can have with some rice. Got some more peanut puffs. We got some pink wafers which are vegan, which is so cool. There's a vegan sign somewhere on them. There we are. We've got some more bananas, some fresh bread, a couple of tins of chickpeas, 2 different brands. We've got sauce, which is like a red pepper sauce, some long grain rice, a couple of big avocados, and then some more of the oat milk. Okay, so for lunch we're having a smashed chickpea sort of bread thing. Everything's a thing. With smashed chickpeas using that sauce we had yesterday. And then tomatoes on top. I'm actually going to drizzle a little bit of sweet chilli on this as well, but it looks delicious. And the bread is fresh from the local shop. It's like a seedy sunflower seed bread. Ooh yeah. Right, so I've done some more work, some video editing, but now I'm going to go out for a swim or see if the paddleboard or the kayak's available, and if so, then I'll do one of those obviously. I'm going to take my GoPro now, so I'm not going to have this camera, so you will notice a difference in quality most likely, but obviously if I fall in and get wet or whatever, I want to make sure I've got the one that's actually waterproof. Check these clips out.
did those bits come from?
Wait.
Yeah, I saw them coming in for a while and I thought,
Like,
come on.
Up.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the coolest things I've ever done. I had no idea what I was doing, and I sort of got halfway out, and there was these guys on a yacht who apparently own a water sports place in the UK. So he was telling me, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, which I'm grateful for because I genuinely, without that, I probably would have went in the water. It's amazing. There's these, tomorrow or the next day, I think me and Beth are also going to try to get out on the kayak, or if I can persuade her, which looks so cool. So yeah, I think we're going to do a bit more editing, maybe a bit more work now, and then we're going to think about dinner, and we'll see where we go from there. See you soon. Right, so we've left it quite late to make dinner, but we're going to go and venture out to look at the outdoor kitchen. Let's see how it looks. This is the concoction of the night. Let's see what it tastes like. It looks good. It smells good. Okay, so I had a plate and then I had another plate. And now I'm quite full. We're just watching some more Netflix, and then I'm going to answer some questions that I've had through on Instagram. Just about, you know, how we travel as digital nomads. So yeah, that's coming up. Okay, and the questions are in. The first one all come through on Instagram. This one is, how do you balance work and fun? That's an interesting question. I think it's all about time management and ensuring that you work hard and quickly and solidly for the time that you are working, but make sure that you give yourself time to actually get out and explore. So you might wake up a little bit earlier in the morning, get a load of work done, go out for the afternoon. When you get back, do a little bit more work. You know, there's always ways to find time. And if you're making enough money, it does also make sense to try to hire somebody else as well, because at least that way they can take some of the weight off of you, so you can get out there and explore some more. Okay, how do you stay disciplined? Well, that's an interesting one. I think for me, it's making sure that I don't just push things back. I always try to do things as they come in and making sure it doesn't build up. I think that that's the best way of staying disciplined, is just doing it when it comes in. I think if you have a really long list in front of you, it's going to be daunting, and I think that it's so easy just to say, oh, I'll do it later, oh, I'll do it later. But no, just do things as soon as they come in, and you know, your tomorrow you or your later you will thank you. Okay, what is the biggest challenge when working remotely? Probably Wi-Fi and internet. Obviously a lot of places have Wi-Fi, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's good Wi-Fi. And some places might have good Wi-Fi, but you can't guarantee that it's going to be there constantly. I mean, a couple of years ago we were in Guatemala by Lake Atitlan, and the internet would be fine, and then every day at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon the rains would set in across the lake, you know, it'd be torrential rain, and the internet would just cut out, and you won't have internet properly for hours. And that's normally because, well, in this situation in a way, it was because they were beaming the internet across from the other side of the lake, and of course when it was bad weather, that was just stopped in its tracks. Okay, what's your favourite thing about being a digital nomad and working remotely? Just the adventure, the freedom, being able to, you know, be anywhere you want and that be your office. I don't think anything beats the fact that if you get bored of where your office is, the next day you could be somewhere else. So 2 days ago, obviously, we were in Dubrovnik city centre. Now we're outside of Dubrovnik on this little beautiful bay area. In a week's time, we're going to be going up to Zadar in the north of Croatia. A few days after that, we're going to be going into Slovenia. You know, and it really doesn't matter. You can constantly change your location. And I think for me, that's my favourite thing about being a digital nomad. I don't get the opportunity to get itchy feet because I can keep on moving. But yeah, that was the question so far. Obviously, if you have any other questions for any of the future videos on, you know, being a digital nomad, or, you know, how to travel cheaply or more sustainably, then yeah, just give me a shout and I'll see if I can include it in future videos. Okay, I think it's time for bed. I'm absolutely knackered. It's been a long day. That paddleboarding was more tiring than I was expecting as well. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video and I look forward to posting the next one. And for now, look after yourself and our beautiful planet. Good night.